I want you, whoever's watching, to also plant more fruitful seeds in your own life, and you'll start to, at happenstance, plant them in other people's life, right? Because it's nothing to me, it's nothing to a G that always thinking positivity. All right, I don't have much time before the sun goes completely down, so I wanted to start my video even though I am walking. I was volunteering at a summer camp over the last couple of weeks this summer, and it was a co-ed camp, boys and girls. And there was, and the age group was like 8 to 15. And one of the girl campers was a 15-year-old, and very beautiful, very intelligent, but she has developed, I want to say, like this jaded point of view of living, but it's definitely on the more like, she watches the news, which is what she told me, right? I don't want to say anything bad about her. And also her parents have done a really good job because she's extremely intelligent, and she's also a really good communicator. So anyways, our conversations started because one, I'm a former teacher, and I really bring out even the shyest of children, even the shyest of students, campers, whatever. Like, that's just naturally what I can do. Even adults, like, let's talk. All right, so essentially, I know I don't have my tripod, but anyway, so essentially what I collected from our conversations, I was like, this girl always negative, right? Like, I'm human too. Like, I don't want to hear like the negative all the time. But she's a child, and so I gave her grace, and I never gave up on her and just was like, get me away from her or anything like that. But when I kept going, like, we would banter, and it was not inappropriate. It was just like, she would say something about like pop culture or like what's going on in the world, and then I would give her another perspective. Like, for example, she said people are dying and da 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 da. I said, but you're at a camp and they're feeding us, and you're meeting new people, and we have 0 bodyguards around us, and we're all safe. And she said, that was her last straw with me. She was like, do you always see everything so positive? Is everything so positive to you, right? And I laughed. I literally laughed. And I was like, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing because I remember when I was younger how much anger I had inside of me, right? And I was, upset for whatever reason. I feel like, if I can remember, because I don't like to just keep thinking about why I was angry. But if I can remember properly, I think the whole like theme of why I was an angry young girl was because I wanted more out of life, right? I had higher expectations, and to be honest, TV did give us higher expectations. And so when you were programmed by television, literally I was, and then you start experiencing and becoming aware after like 8 years old, for most people, you're like, this is not what they told us, right? And then my biggest thing that I do remember was you should respect your elders, right? Specifically teachers. And I was like, this teacher disrespectful. I'm going to go back and forth with this teacher because this teacher got me messed up. This was literally 8-year-old me. It's documented in all of my progress reports. And I said this to adults. Why should I give you respect if you don't respect me? Just because you're an adult and you were born before me doesn't automatically guarantee you respect. You literally are talking to me like I'm an animal. I'm not responding to that. And just setting boundaries with adults at that age, before pre-social media, I'm talking about the 90s and early 2000s, was unheard of, right? They just stopped whipping people in school. They looking like, girl, you got all this jacked up. Anyway, so I remember during my laugh when I was talking to her and she asked me a question, I laughed because that just like flashed before my mind about how I literally was a much more angrier. I was angry, had what they call a bad attitude as a young girl, but it was for many reasons. And so I told her that, and I was like, I've had to learn that, one, if I keep focusing on all of the things that made me angry, it made me more angry. And then I was just creating this internal monster. And so the moment someone triggered me, my thought that followed was to act like an animal. All right. And the results were, I didn't have any true friends. The friends that I felt like I had were either afraid of me or wanted to learn how to be confident like me. Even though it was really fake confidence, it was just me surviving. Two, I felt misunderstood. And so like you know, just all of the different things and all of the different ways that you can think about. I mean, I end up coming to terms with that, and I decided I no longer wanted to be her. The women that I saw that were beautiful, I'm talking about baddies, and I don't mean just how they look. I mean from the head to their toes, to their spirituality, to their intellect, how they spoke, how they carried themselves, just true ladies, right? True ladies. I wanted to be like that, well educated, well traveled. Really, the cosmopolitan woman is like my archetype. And I don't know if y'all remember, like back in the day, we used to get magazines everywhere you go. Like if you were sitting somewhere, you know, instead of everyone being on their phones, they would have magazines on the tables. So a Cosmopolitan, Essence, Jet, all of the magazines will have like so much influence because you're reading it. It's literally like the media. And anyway, so the cosmopolitan archetype is what I always wanted to be. So I needed to learn languages. I needed to be well traveled. And once I latched onto that, and I had the ability to, or the foresight to navigate through life on my terms, I took every chance I could get. Now, I'm talking to a 15-year-old. She's looking at me like, girl, these people are dying overseas. What are you talking about? And so I know for a fact she didn't quite understand or understand really the concept of how you can just choose to tell yourself that I don't want to be this way anymore and stop, right? And truth be told, she's right, because it didn't just happen because I had a thought. But what I told her is my job is to plant seeds, and I do this everywhere I go. And I truly believe in everyone that I meet. Like, I don't think anything is by like chance. And so I'm like, you have what it takes, because she has that fire in her. And I was like, this is the type of 15-year-old they're not showing online, because most of what's shown online is everybody just following each other. They don't have their own opinions. They don't even know what they actually like. She had a great grounding of knowing what she liked. She just had this one piece of her that she is going to have to come to terms with at some point in her life. And that's a lot of people. 15, 55, 85, that's a lot of people's perspective, is that the news programs everything that they think about the world, and so they can't see anything positive. And for people that are positive or optimistic, they really think you full of crap. They think you are BSing, right? Like, it's no way that all this stuff is going on and you still found a positive. And actually I did, and I do, and it's something that I practice. I am not perfect. I don't think everything is just rainbows and gummy bears all the time. However, if 90% or 80 to 90% of my awareness is set on the good of something, and I'm not like policing my thoughts, but I am just building the stamina of being someone who does look at the good side of things. And I think that's really commendable. So I just planted that seed. And let me tell y'all, by the end of this camp, she did not want to leave. She wanted to zip herself. She wanted to zip herself to me, go where I wanted to go. Like, when they were doing drills, I would like go for a walk around the park, and she was like, "Take me with you." I'm like, "No, your parents signed you up." Like, I haven't even met your parents. Your parents signed you up. And so I still had, like, of course, respectful boundaries. But at the end of the day, that's what our kids want, right? Whether they are your children or not, you like the, adopted big sister or whatever. They want someone who challenges. I'm not gonna say everybody's different, obviously, but she really appreciated me challenging her perspective and giving her a new way of looking at things. She could have written me off as like this old positive lady, and but she didn't. And that let me know, especially on the last day when she wanted to literally go with me, that let me know that there is so much hope, which I already knew there was so much hope. But that lets me know that the seeds that you plant with your words, with your actions, with your intentionality over and over again, whether you see the fruit of it or not, because I probably, truth be told, will never see her again in my life, or unless she comes back next year. But she's going to be aged out of the camp. She'll be 16, so I don't even think she won't be coming back. And so unless I, by chance, which will be obviously aligned, I see her again, I'm going to just assume I planted one of the best seeds a 15-year-old young girl could receive, right? And so that's just how I operate through life. And I'm sharing this story, and I want you, whoever's watching, to also plant more fruitful seeds in your own life, and you'll start to, at happenstance, plant them in other people's life. right? Because it's nothing to me, it's nothing to a G that always thinking positivity, no, to plant seeds to myself, to then do it for others, right? It wasn't even a second thought. It was obvious, right? Obvious thing was, let me rescue her. And I also, when I say rescue, I didn't like rescue her from her own thoughts. I gave her things to think about, right? I gave her an opportunity to express herself, and I gave her an opportunity to see through a different window, to see something from a different perspective. Not because I lectured her, but because I asked questions that allow her to expand her mind and to really dive deep into where she got it from. Now, this was just over a couple weeks. This was not some long drawn out thing. That's a highly regarded benefit of when you build momentum in your life. It's going to be contagious to others, and they're going to want more. And I don't know if you guys have communicated truthfully with any teenagers, but baby, these teenagers don't listen, okay? We didn't listen. So why would I expect a teenager to listen? But you can plant the seeds, and I know a lot of us can recall the people who planted seeds in our life that has grown with us, that has stayed with us, that were teachers, mentors, camp volunteers, whatever. And so now that we grown, y'all, it's time for us to be the seed planters. All right, and just choose what you focus on, right? I got you could like what I was telling my kid. I gave my children an example, right? I was like, you can choose to focus on hot dogs, how much you hate hot dogs all day. They don't have the right ingredients. It's inhumane, blah, blah, blah. And just keep, every time you remind yourself of hot dogs, you're thinking like when somebody have a barbecue, oh, they're gonna have hot dogs again. And you just keep replaying this story about hot dogs that you obviously hate. And you keep thinking about hot dogs. Like, why are you thinking about a food that you don't like? When if you just look this way, and you can think about sushi, and you can think about watching anime, and you can think about the ginger that you want to put on top, and just a dab of wasabi, you know, just to get that little ounce of spice. And you can think about something that you like. You can think about making sushi in different ways, from your father's culture, from my culture, from whatever, you know, like, why not focus on the thing that you enjoy? So that was just the example that I gave my kids, because it's super easy to like hot dogs versus sushi. No hate against hot dogs. Well, actually, yes, hate against hot dogs, because I can eat 3 hot dogs and not be full. Is it really food? Okay, anyways. That's all I have for today's video. I just want to, just use this example, this story as a reminder to go out there and plant more good seeds in your life, and to plant more good seeds out in this world, in your life and in others. Let's remove the negative opinion we have about the next generation. We just need to talk to them. We just need to talk to them, because I don't know how old you are, but if you are a millennial, they dragged us for they was doing that before social media even existed. So y'all didn't even give us a chance to prove ourselves. So let's not be that for the young generations to come, because baby, they gonna be your future doctor. They gonna be your future entertainment. No, for real, y'all. All right, so that's all I have for today. In the meantime, in between time, my name is Spivey J, and I really do hope you have a beautiful day. All right, let me go finish my walk. Peace.
You're beautiful. I hope you know